Hello beauties, I'm back for another to buy or not to buy video. In these videos I talk about makeup that has been released or sneak peeked, and I tell you why I'm not gonna buy anything and why you shouldn't buy anything. If that sounds good, as always, give this video a thumbs up and let's get to it. As always, I needed some caffeine, so I have some black tea, and it's like 90 something degrees here in Austin. So in an aspirational move, I have snow day candle. Yeah, I know, the irony is not lost on me, but you know, the girl can dream. Okay, let's get started. I know I have not done one of these in a little bit because I was out of town. You all know this. I was in Michigan. It was amazing. My sister is now a doctor. I went to my sister's PhD defense. I'm so proud of her. We are going to do my eye look with the Dollhouse palette from Blend Bunny. One of you all asked me to make looks with this palette, and I know it's kind of an older palette, but hey, it's an oldie but a goodie. And I know it's neutral, which is not something I do very frequently in this channel, but I thought, hey, why not? I also want to add that one of the palettes from Beauty Bay, I think the name of the palette was Love Notes. It has maybe not a lot of similar shades to this, but definitely some similar shades to this. And I've already done a video with that palette in this channel as well that I will tag here. You might be able to recreate those looks using this palette. So since the last video, I've come to acquire a whole lot of stuff. They're not entirely in the beauty area, so they're not eyeshadow palettes, and I know the focus of my channel is mostly eyeshadow palettes or lipsticks and things that go on the face, but I've acquired a lot of nails. And in fact, now that we're talking about nails, I am wearing Spicy Margarita from Clionadh, which was one of those new additions to my collection. So these are so beautiful and extremely summery. They're kind of neon yellow limey green with a hue of coral. It's very, very unique and beautiful. Let me know if you want to hear about some of the other things that I have come to acquire. And I'm going to quickly sneak peek one of them, which is some of the stuff I have purchased from this brand, which is a small family-owned business out of Dexter, Michigan. I love their stuff. This is a shampoo bar, and this one is a conditioner bar. I've actually never used their conditioner bars, but I've gone through a few shampoo bars of theirs. And this time I went to their store and I also bought some what are these called? Bath balls. I like to use these for soaking my feet. They're so nice. This is a brand I've been using for a little bit, and I know my family who lives in Michigan also uses their stuff, and they've been very happy as well. This is not sponsored or anything. The brand doesn't even know I exist. I just love them, and I realized they do have a website, so I was like, hey, maybe I can spread the love. So I'm going to put their website in the description box below. Again, not sponsored, not partnered, none of that. It's just something that I have purchased and I enjoy. If you are the type of person who like to explore these kind of natural body products. There's some other things that I've purchased, but I don't want to spend this time from this video talking about those. If you all want to see some of the stuff I bought, let me know in the comments below and I will make that video. But first of all, there are some sales that are going on. I know Clionadh is still having a sale. They are having 20% off. I think there's a code on their website. The only thing I would have been interested in was the collection of the extensions to the stained glass that they released, but unfortunately it was sold out. So it's gonna be something that I'm gonna have to purchase whenever they become available and go on sale next. There was another thing with Touch of Glam Beauty. I know they were having a sale on their Etsy. I think, don't quote me on this, check it out for yourself. I think they were having a 35% off of everything they have on Etsy. I wonder if they're gonna close their Etsy shop, because now, well, there used to be a time when they were only available on Etsy, but now they have their own website, so maybe they just decided to close the Etsy shop. Again, I'm just speculating, I don't really know. Also, they have a few things sneak peeked. I'm curious to see this. What we know about Touch of Glam is that their stuff is a little bit expensive. but I do frequently feature them in my videos where I pick unique shades or when I'm duping palettes. Some of their collections I have picked up and I found them super unique. Now let's talk about this one from Sinful Echoes. And this is a pretty palette and collection, the palette being $45. I feel like nowadays 12 pan $45 is becoming the norm, which is kind of disturbing, particularly for a palette of mostly mattes. Name of the collection is Lotus Bloom, and they are also having holochrome singles. I don't think holochrome singles are the ones from the palette. I think they are different singles, and also gel liners. I like the color story. I like the fact that they can be removed from the palette, but not for me. But I do have to say a shout out to them because they're not doing a pre-order. They actually have palettes available to send out. So thank you, Sinful Echoes, for doing that. I'm kind of tired of pre-orders. Also, just in case you don't know, they're available on Etsy. We have a few things from Lancome and then Patrick Ta. Not my type of stuff. So no, definitely also don't want to spend $40 on highlighters. Are you out of your mind? Let's talk about this one from Nomad. And when I saw this photo, I was like, oh. They have had a palette in the past that had flamingos on it. Do you all remember? At first I thought maybe this is a redo of that palette. They're going to start the guessing game on June 17th and reveal it on 25th. I think it's going to get released on 25th. I'm a little bit surprised because Nomad just released something. It wasn't even a month ago that they released the whole travel collection. I mean, great for them, but they're moving so fast. I'm getting palette fatigue. Probably not buying because I don't use the Nomad palettes that I already own. Also, I'm having so much fun duping things. And as I mentioned in the video where I talked about extending my no buy, I want to spend my money this year on buying products that are going to add new value to my collection. I don't know if yet another palette that I could possibly dupe will do that. I think I'm going to invest it in either buying single shades that are going to be very unique that I do not have, or buying special singles. I still haven't bought anything in this second quarter, and we're kind of almost over with the quarter. So I wonder if I'm going to sort of roll over the money that I'm not going to use to the third quarter, because there are a few things that I thought will be released this quarter that haven't released yet, and I know I want them. Also, I'm really waiting for the Christmas in July sale. You all know, Sydney Grace. And talking about palettes that I'm excited about and I thought would be released already, but hasn't released, but I know I'm picking up. You all know, I love Clionadh. Maybe they're gonna launch soon before the quarter is over, and if it's not, this is gonna be what I'm gonna pick up because I've been waiting for these. I missed out on picking these up when they launched 2019, 2018, because I wasn't as much into Clionadh back then. I actually didn't know about them. Okay, let's get started on the look. I'm gonna use this. This is a liquid eyeshadow that I purchased from Mecca Max when I was in Australia, and I've never used it. Let's quickly try this. I'm gonna kind of try it as a base because this one is just a neutral skin color almost. Let's quickly talk about this one from Wicked Widow Beauty. I've seen reviews of it online. This is the 30th anniversary Crow palette. There is an 8 to 10 week pre-order for this, so clearly not for me, but this palette is kind of what I wanted the Chucky palette to be. I feel like the Chucky palette was missing those true red colors, so the ideal palette for me would have been a combination of this one and the Chucky palette. But at the same time, a lot of the gray colors in this palette kind of look like dupes, at least in the photo, and also I don't think I would have used all of them. I talked about this collection briefly before, once the palette wasn't fully sneak peeked. But now you have it. Not picking up. I'm not going to do pre-orders. I'm not going to give anybody money to hold for 8 to 10 weeks. That's ridiculous and unrealistic. This has released from DD Signature. Now, DD Signature is mostly known for having very fun and interesting and unique multi-chromy type of shades. So I suppose this is kind of a different thing to add to their collection. I don't think they've had pastel palettes before, but correct me if you know differently. It is kind of a rainbow palette, and I'm not interested in picking up because I can dupe this. I probably have other dupes of it already, but kudos to DD Signature to release something that's only $28. Thank you. They've also added the colorful primers that are around $10 each. Again, not a bad price. And it seems like they also have a giant rainbow multi-use eyeshadow metallic shimmer, as you can see in this photo. I'm kind of here for the bases, but I'm not going to pick anything up right now. Again, you can use a code if you're picking anything up. Ofra has sneak peeked this blush collection, which is going to be released on the 12th. I don't really need blushes, but I'm always curious to see what they have to release, what any brand has to release. I'm going to do something I don't normally do, which is going to be making a neutral look. So let's get started. I'm going to start with this one. This is some collection from BH that I bought at TJ Maxx. And I'm going to go into plastic, this orange color and this color is just going to go in my crease. And you can see how pigmented and beautiful this color is. And now I'm picking a small brush and going into the brown. And yes, again, I'm using neutral colors, which is not something I usually do. And the brown is gonna go in the outer V area. In past videos, I have mentioned that there are pigments that are difficult to make, like dark blues and dark purples. They're difficult to make so that they're not patchy. The opposite goes for brown, because we've been making brown color eyeshadows for years and years and years. So the industry has perfected them. So if a brand is doing brown shadows well, hey, they're not doing a whole lot. But if they're not doing it well, I don't know if I want to buy from that brand anymore, because it's like, this is the easiest thing in the world and you can't even get it right. Okay, let's talk about these, because frankly, these are another contender for what I could possibly buy before the end of the quarter or maybe later. Single sneak peek from Glaminatrix. And some of these, like this one, they look divine and unique and beautiful. Like, I don't know, those greeny pinky sparkles. I don't know what Glaminatrix is doing, but I feel like I need to have it. Of course, if it looks like that in reality. And then the other thing is that they have sneak peeked a palette. Of course, they've only sneak peeked this, but they have stated that it's going to be a palette, and I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see. Hopefully this is colorful. Although if I want to think about my budget, maybe I should say hopefully it's not colorful. But you all know I love Glaminatrix. It's one of my favorite brands. So if it looks nice and it's not neutral, it's probably a buy. I probably don't even need to see it. Let's talk about this. First of all, happy Pride Month. Come on, Mac. You could do better than this. I feel like Pride Month has become a cash grab. Brands think, oh, let's just do another rainbow. Like, they don't even think. They just put the rainbow colors in, I don't know, a collection of nail lacquers or an eyeshadow palette that kind of looks like a rainbow, and they weren't even creative with the cover. I mean, it's as boring as it can get. And to top it all off, it's $150. Yeah. No, not doing this. That's insane. I don't know what Mac is smoking. If you want a nice, high-quality rainbow palette, pick up something from Blend Bunny. This one from Root Cosmetics is kind of cute. A little more than kind of cute. It's so cute. But I don't need any of these. Also, this one from Spectrum Collections. It's so cute. Tigger is my alter ego, so that kabuki brush is speaking to me, but I'm probably not going to use it. Also, Spectrum Collection is kind of pricey. I don't have a price but I know they're kind of pricey. So moving on. This from Gucci, which looks like the most impractical highlighters I've ever seen. And I can guarantee you they were like $60. So of course not. But this one from Profusion caught my attention. If you all remember, for their Jurassic Park collection, they had released a mirror that was very similar to this one, and it had a dinosaur tooth hanging from it, and I really wanted that, but I just could never pick it up. It was always sold out. So when I saw this, I was like, yes! And it has a pizza attached to it. That's so cute. The thing though is, right now I'm not in a position of picking these kinds of things up because I have enough mirrors, but the palette's nice. I like the greens, I like the concept. I don't like the fact that it's plastic, but it's Profusion. It's a, you know, it's within brand for them to release something that looks like this. I've heard that they're great quality. I have never managed to find them at a Walmart in Austin. I was gonna search Walmarts in Ann Arbor. I just never had the chance to do that, so just didn't happen. But I'm traveling again in July to Colorado, so maybe they'll have it there. We'll see. So if I had a chance, I'll stop by and just check it out, but not planning on picking it up. Continuing on the eyeshadow front with the same brush and whatever is left of it, I'm gonna just do my lower lash line. This look is supposed to be simple if you want to replicate it. I don't like to do very complicated looks. I don't have that kind of time. I'm also not going for something that you're doing for the camera. I want to do looks that are practical for every day. And then lastly, I'm just going to use that first brush to just buff this out. Now the moment of truth. Which color am I going to put across the lid? There are many options in this palette. If I want to be very out there and different, I can use the blue. The blue would actually go relatively well with this eye look. Also blue and orange. Well, I haven't released my color theory video, but blue and orange are complementary, so it's gonna make this eyeshadow look pop. But I promised you all a neutrally look, so I'm not gonna use that. You could use this one or this one for a more mundane type of a look. This one is a beautiful, very romantic sort of a shade. That's one option that you can use. Of course, you could also use this one. If you want to go deeper, honestly, you can really use any of these, but I'm gonna go different, and I'm actually gonna use a matte color for my look. With a sort of a pinched packing brush, I'm going to go into Figure, which is this color, and this is going to go across the lid. And one thing you can do to complete the look is to pick a brush like this and just dab it into one of these colors. I'm going to go into this one because both of these colors have warmed undertones, so I'm going to go into this one. Some of these are cool toned. With that, I'm going to buff out this edge so that it blends into my skin better. You really don't have to do this, but I like to do this. And this is the eyeshadow look. Again, super simple, very fast. You could do the whole thing in 5 minutes. If you want, you can put a shimmer, one of these lighter shimmers in the inner corner. Continuing, Nabla is releasing Magichrome eyeshadows. These have already been released, actually. There's nothing special about these. I have enough multichromes, duochromes, whatever, special kind of shades. This is another one that I saw from V Cosmetics, and it looks beautiful, but I think I have something like this. And there's more than just one color here. There's 3 shades that are releasing. These liquid lipsticks are coming from Beauty Moon. I'm not in the market for lipsticks, but some of these are exciting. Particularly, I like that red one. I just know I have enough lipsticks I'm not going to use. The purpose of this video is so we don't buy anything we don't need, so don't go out spending money just because I talked about things and I said they're pretty. You should buy what you don't have that's going to add value to your collection. Makeup Revolution. Yawn. Not doing this. We have this. We have had this. Nothing here is new. We had these back in 2017. I can guarantee you, already decluttered dupes of this palette years ago. And this one from Look Healthy Store. You can find this palette on Look Healthy Store. I'm not sure what brand this is from. I think the name of the palette is Anthony. It's pretty, but I can dupe it. Also, I've noticed a lot of stuff from Look Healthy Store are way above my budget. But if I wanted to pick anything up from Look Healthy Store, it would still be the Narimi palettes, because you all know I've been wanting to try that brand for at least 2 years now. Actually, that brand is definitely on the list of brands that I might purchase from this quarter if I end up not picking anything up from anybody else. Okay, I already talked about this before. No, it's not happening for me. Natasha Denona is way overrated. I know a lot of you all love it, and I'm very happy for you, but I feel like it's way overrated. Maybe it's because nothing they've released appeals to my kind of taste. I want colorful, I want special shades. Pastel Roses UK has released a few things. None of these swatches grabbed my attention, but opportunities always exist. And then there are these palettes from LA Girl. Now, I kind of feel like LA Girl is mostly for people who are starting to get into makeup. I almost feel like if you are already doing makeup and you've done it for years, you probably have dupes of these palettes. But if you're starting, I think these are nice, and I think they're pretty reasonably priced. Also, I've never tried any of these that have released, obviously, recently, but I have used LA Girl in the past, and I think they have reasonable quality. I definitely like the packaging, though. That's so cute. Leopard print. I love animal print. This is releasing from Byredo. Meh. I mean, you had this palette in 2017. We didn't need another one. What is this? Bella Beauté Bar now releasing glosses, liquid blush, balm, blush highlighters, and face and eye brush set. So a whole lot of stuff from Bella Beauté Bar. I'm not in the market for any of these. I think those things at the bottom of the shade are blush highlighters, I would imagine. And it seems like these are all available now. Great to know, but I'm not picking anything up. And if you all remember last week or the week before, I talked about Gloss Got sneak peeking something, and now they've revealed it. It is Hybrid Cloud bronzers. I have bronzers I have never used, and I don't even remember the last time I used bronzers. So clearly not for me, but these are $41 a set, and I have no idea how many are in a set. It might just be one. No, it's not. It's $18 each, which I still think is kind of pricey. And the set comes with a Liquid Love Sculpt and a brush. And this is already available. Also, you probably can get a discount if you use someone's code. Fenty is releasing a whole lot of hair products on the 13th of June, so stay tuned for that. And let this one be our last one. I'm truly curious to know if those metallics are going to show up like that, and if this palette actually swatches so vibrantly. Not just the metallics, or also the mattes. That's beautiful. Also, Unearthly Cosmetics palettes are magnetic, so the pans come out, but I have a dupe of this palette. There is a dupe of this palette that literally releases every summer, so I'm not going to pick up. Also, I could dupe it if I wanted to. It's $46 though, which I think is on the cheaper side when it comes to palettes from Unearthly. But just because something is cheaper doesn't mean you should spend money on it. Do you need these colors? Really? You don't have a dupe of this? Okay, beauties, I completed the eye look off camera, and I put in the description box below everything I used, as always. And as always, there will be a reel of this, of a close-up of it on Instagram. And my Instagram account is also tagged below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to let me know what makeup you said no to this week. I love you all. Have an amazing week, and until next time, bye.